Everyone, welcome to the channel. It is your host, the Lion Gaming Crew, and in this Diablo 3 build guide video, we're going to be taking a look at Trag'Oul's avatar, available in both hardcore and softcore, so no matter which mode you play on PS4 and PS5, we got you covered. And don't worry, Xbox players, we see you, and we're going to be adding Xbox support here in the near future, so that is very exciting. Big special shout out to each and every single one of my subscribers. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into the build guide. Oh, I almost forgot. If you're looking for any of the gear shown in this video, all you need to do is hit that link in the description, sign up for Discord if you're not already a member, and everything on there is being given away for free. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into this build guide. So for our main weapon right here, we're picking up the first piece of the Justice Arms set for the Necro. It buffs command skeletons. It's pretty nice. I'm trying out a new thing, and I'm adding poison damage onto weapons now to get a soul shard affix on the amulet to kind of like run in tandem with each other. So hopefully you guys will be able to notice the difference in these newer builds with that poison damage affixed onto the weapon. It also has the soul shard and affix from season 25. So when you deal the death blow, it's gonna basically do the damage done to all enemies within 25 yards, but pets and followers cannot trigger this effect. Cooldown of all skills is 40.9%, resource cost reduction 27.1, and we have the 2-piece set bonus for this set, basically just buffing your command skeletons by 400%, which is great. This is a level 1 Primal Ancient set scythe. Moving on to the first piece of the Trag'Oul set, codenamed Rapture. 7,000 intelligence is the big takeaway from this piece of gear. 200% damage is always good. 27.1% on the skill cooldown. 12 to maximum essence. 10 for the resource cost reduction. And 15% damage to elite enemies. Now we have the full 6-piece set bonus utilizing the Ring of Royal Grandeur in the cube. So if you do not have the Ring of Royal Grandeur, you can put that in a request message and we will send it out with the remainder of the gear. So you guys can take a look at this in greater detail if you want. I'm just going to highlight the 2-piece, 4-piece, 6-piece set bonus really quick. And then if you want to look at it in greater detail, you can pause the video by all means. This is a level 1 Primal Ancient set gloves. Moving on to the shoulders. These are pretty much identical to the gloves, so we're not really going to talk about very much on here. The bonuses are exactly the same. This is actually the Guild's Authority set, and we have the 3-piece set bonus, again, utilizing that Ring of Royal Grandeur. So this is actually like 3 sets in 1, so it's pretty awesome, man. This reduces the damage taken and increases the damage taken, also giving us more damage to elite enemies, which is just so great. Moving on to the chest piece, the second piece of the Trag'Oul's avatar set, codenamed Rapture, pretty much identical to the shoulders and the gloves. The bonuses are exactly the same, and this is a level 1 Primal Ancient set chest armor. Man, we love consistency, but here's where everything starts to switch. We have increased critical hit damage, we have the percent life thanks to the amethyst in the socketed in the helm. We also have lower intelligence, but we have life after each kill and life from health potions and globes, so that's great. We also get 1,000 to all stats. The Soul Shard, Season 25 Soul Shard for casting a devastating ring of fire after killing 100 enemies, and it is also infused with that red Soul Shard, so that's going to proc about every 15 seconds for 20,000% weapon damage to enemies it passes through. But they're all going to be dead. It just looks really, really cool. Come on, we can admit that it looks cool, right? Cooldown of all skills, 40.9%, 12 to maximum essence, 10 to resource cost reduction, and 15% damage to elite enemies. This is a level 1 Primal Ancient set helm. Moving on to the amulet, this is the PvP rare amulet level 1, buffing all main stats, but you get 11,000 to intelligence, which is really, really great. You also get 30% life, 300% damage to all Necromancer skills, so this is going to ignore durability loss, which is so great for those rare items. Cursed enemies are feared in place for 7 seconds. You get consecutive hit increase for attack speed and damage. The attack speed is 3% up to 30% for 3 seconds. And the damage is 10% up to 100%. Very, very great. This also has a lot of those Season 25 Soul Shard affixes on here, like the on receiving fatal damage one. It also has the Maltrifice's Petrified Spike, so you're going to get, your Bone Spear is basically going to deal 700% increased damage, but costs more essence. You also get the Final Service passive and you get the Bone Ringer affix for buffing your command skeletons by 30% per second they spend attacking the same target, and that can stack up to 60 times, which is really, really good. Reduces cooldown of all skills by 52.1%, 12 to maximum essence, 40.9 on that resource cost reduction, 60% damage to elite enemies, and 25% movement speed. Moving on to the bracers, this is the second piece of that A Guild's Authority set. 10,000 intelligence is just the takeaway that, I mean, if you add the 750 from Chaldean's Despair, that's almost like 11,000 intelligence. That's crazy. The bonuses are the same as the chest, shoulders, gloves, so we're not really going to talk about those. This is a level 1 Primal Ancient set bracers. For the offhand, this is the second piece of the Jesseth Arms set. 10,000 intelligence, again, almost 11,000 with the Chaldean's Despair. Bonuses are the same. The set bonus, everything's the same. Level 1 Primal Ancient set shield. For the first ring, this is the test ring 516 for immortality, so you're never going to die while wearing this. And the gold health pickup radius is 70 yards, which is just so crazy. Like, if you guys, like, notice how crazy that is, like, you're going to see in the gameplay, because the devouring aura, man, like, it's crazy. But you get life per hit, a percent damage to all Necromancer skills, 390 to resist all, 3,000 intelligence, and a crap ton of damage at 9,207 at the cap, and 1,300%, man. So that's great. That's really, really good. You get the same bonuses shown on the amulet for cursed enemies that are feared in place, increased attack speed bonuses, and you're also going to get picking up a health globe increases move speed by 40% for 7 seconds. That is very nice. This has the Molten Wildebeest Gizzard in there, so you're going to regen 160,000 life per second, which is great for this build because we're using a lot of blood spells, and if you forget to cast your Land of the Dead, yeah, you could be in trouble. 56.9 on the skill cooldown, 52.1 on the resource cost reduction, and 45% damage to the enemies. The second ring is the 1 billion physical skill damage, another level 1 rare ring. This one just has a lot of damage on there. 15,000 for the cap number, 2,300% damage. It's got a 10% critical hit chance, 71,850 life per hit. Again, that 300% damage to all Necromancer skills, so it ignores durability loss. Pretty much has all of the same bonuses. I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of them, man, that's crazy. And you got all the other bonuses from the gems and stuff like that. 68.6% for the skill cooldown, 65.1 for resource cost reduction, and a whopping 90% damage to elite enemies. That is just insane, man. Totally insane. So the next piece of the Trag'Oul set, codenamed Rapture, again, pretty much identical to the bracers and the helm, so we don't really need to talk about too much on this specific piece of gear. Level 1 Primal Ancient set boots. For the pants, these are identical to the boots. Man, consistency though, guys. It's all about consistency, man. And I'll explain that when we get to the gameplay portion. Bonuses are the same, so that is all good and all great. Level 1 Primal Ancient set pants. And the last piece of gear right here, this is Dante's Binding. And this, I actually just recently updated this, like not even like 30 minutes ago, to have it show the correct bonus. So now it says you gain an additional 50% damage reduction when there is an enemy afflicted by any of your curses. So if you want to rock the Cursed Scythe that I'm going to show in the skill portion, you can do that, and then you can take advantage of that bonus, or you can stick with the Devourer. It's really up to you. 40.9 on skill cooldown, 19% for resource cost reduction, and 24 to maximum essence, 15% damage to the enemies. Moving on to the skills. Now there's two different skill combinations that I found really work really well for this. You can either use the Grim Scythe with the rune Cursed Scythe, or you can use Devour with the rune Devouring Aura. It's really up to you. Both are very viable for this build. So that is for the X ability. We're going to be picking up the Devourer one though in the Corpses skill tree with the rune Devouring Aura. For the secondary main damage dealing attack right here in the secondary skill tree, we're going to be picking up Bone Spear with the rune Blood Spear. Now it's really important that you use that Blood Spear rune, and I'll explain why when we get into the gameplay. For the square ability, we're going to be picking up Command Skeletons with the rune Kill Command to take advantage of our Jesseth Arms set. For the triangle ability to get infinite cooldown, we're picking up Land of the Dead in the Reanimation skill tree with the rune Invigoration. For the circle ability to take advantage of the Trag'Oul set, we're picking up Simulacrum with the rune Cursed Form. Actually, you know what? We can change that out because we're doing the other one. So we're going to go ahead and do Blood Debt just to make it a little bit easier. And finally, for that mobility skill in the Blood and Bone skill, we're going to be picking up Blood Rush with the rune Hemostasis, Passive number 1, Dark Reaping. Passive number 2, Serration. Passive number 3, Fueled by Death. And finally, passive number 4, Blood for Blood. Now this Blood for Blood one is pretty good because it stacks up to 10 times. And I'm pretty sure, you know, Rift Orbs count as health globes sometimes. So sometimes they drop in GRs too. Like, I don't know. I just, the thing being at 70 yards just makes it so you absorb everything, right? Q powers being Envious Blade, Stewart's Grease, and the Ring of Royal Grandeur. Quickly touching on Paragon. Vitality, always Vitality. Offensive skill tree, attack speed, cooldown reduction. For defensive skill tree, armor, and resist all. And for the utility skill tree, gold pickup radius and maybe area damage, I'd say. And quickly going over the final numbers, and then we'll wrap it up with some gameplay. We're at 1,423,724,511,232 damage. That is such a big number. Intelligence, 123,000. Armor, 34,000. Moving on down into the offense stuff, bonus damage to elites, 425%. Critical hit chance, critical hit damage, both capped at the respective values. Look at that cooldown, guys. 99.85%. Ooh-hoo-wee! Damage reduction, 90.76%. Resistances, almost capped at 97.83% for all of them. Moving on down into the life. Total life bonus, 271%. Life per second, 160,000. Life per kill, 17,000. Life per hit, 119,000. Health globe healing bonus, 38,000. Bonus to gold/globe radius set for 70 yards. Essence cost reduction, 97.50%. Movement speed, 125% because we just used the Stewart's Greaves in the cube, you know, Blood Rush, so it's actually just 25%. Ignore that. Bonus experience per kill, 8,000. So with all of that gone over, let's actually teach you guys how to rock this build. But as soon as we get into this Greater Rift, I need to turn down the sound because every time I do this, I put a new save on here, it always turns it up way too loud. So we're just going to crank that down really quick. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you get into your Rift is you want to cast your Land of the Dead because you are using the Blood Spear. So that's going to cost health every time you cast that, and that could be a bad thing because if you don't have Land of the Dead active, it's going to drain your health relatively quickly. Now you do have the 160,000 life per second with the Molten Wildebeest Gizzard, but it actually costs a lot of essence because we have the Malachristus's Petrified Spike, so it costs like 40 essence, and then when they transvert that into like life, it for some reason is a crap ton of life, and we don't have a lot of like base vitality. We really only have like 5,000, so our life pool isn't all that big. Now if you put Paragon points into vitality, you don't have to worry so much about it, but this is with no Paragon distribution, so that's why it is kind of mandatory that you keep casting your Land of the Dead. It is really, really nice because it has a meter on there, so like as soon as it starts getting red, that's when you know it's time to cast that again, you know what I mean? I like how they have the UI set up. It's very easy for like control spells like that, you know? But other than that though, you can play this two separate ways. You can do the caster, which is what I've been doing for like the first portion of this video, and that's basically just sitting back and hitting them with your Bone Spear. Now that does a crap ton of damage because the affix on the amulet and all the other stuff you put on there just makes it like a very, very potent skill, and it can be pretty fun because you never have to worry about durability because you're not really using your weapon to hit any enemies, you're just casting spells, so it can be pretty good. And another way to play this is utilizing your simulacrums and then your command skeletons, so you basically become a minion build. So there's two very distinct play styles with this build, and that's why I think it's very, very fun to play, and that's why I think you guys are going to enjoy it, because you can either be a caster, or, you know, you can sit back and just have your minions go to town. Now the simulacrums, they're going to cast your secondary spell, so they're going to cast Bone Spear whenever you cast Bone Spear, so kind of like the Witch Doctor with your Zoom Essence set, man. And finally, for clear speed, this one's a little bit slower, 3 minutes to 3.5 minutes, anywhere under that. This one I don't have like I didn't do a lot of tests. I did like 50 runs for this one. I normally do 100. So I'd say it could be like 2 minutes to 3.5 minutes on the longest run. So finally, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you made it till the end, you are an absolute legend, and I really appreciate your support. Now finally, if you're new here and you like the content style of these videos and you would like to see more of them, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notification on so that way you never miss an upload. So with that, man, I hope to catch you all in a future video coming out soon. Stay safe, stay happy, and last but not least, stay gaming, my friends. Peace.